Welcome to the Supreme Series, Event 4, the Central Vehicle Leasing UK Challenge. It's time for the final. Now let's meet our finalists. He was the doubles world champion in 2015 and 2017. He was the #1 ranked professional in 2017. Multiple tour event winner. From Nottingham, it's Clint Mowgli Jansen. His opponent, he's the current #1 ranked player, the WPF World Masters Champion and the Town Billiards European Champion. He's a local lad. He's Neil Razor Raybone. Your referee for the event, for the final, will be Scott Price. Your timekeeper will be Sam Sprackman. Without further ado, I'll throw you across to the studio where Lee Kendall and Declan Brennan are going to introduce the match.
Thanks, Nick. Well, we've got the final deck. It should be a cracking final. How do you think it's going to go?
I think they're very similar players. They're both tidy around the table. They're both well experienced. They both know each other's games. I'll probably favour just Raybone, only because one of my mates has Tony Green and he's got Raybone back dead right from the start, so
Right.
he's never too far away when it comes to winners.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is a tough match. I mean, both players have already been beaten in this tournament. That's the beauty of double elimination.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Neil's in form at the moment and he's
Yeah.
going to take some beating, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously Clint's played really well as well. They both get the final of this kind of field. They deserve to be there, you know.
Okay. Well, thanks. We'll have lots of chats throughout the final. We'll get on with the final. Good luck to both players and enjoy the viewing, and we'll pop in every now and again.
So the picture has been painted. We've been here for 3 days, since Friday. 64 players started the event. We're down to the final two. Those two are Clint Jansen and Neil Raybone. I'm joined on commentary by Shane Thompson. Good evening, Shane.
Evening, Nick.
What a final this could be.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracker, I think. Both players are playing really well, so I think everyone's in for a treat tonight.
Yeah. Neil's got a lot of momentum at the moment. We just heard that he was the Town Billiards European Champion just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I watched that as well, and it was, he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Very good.
And Clint, well, both of these in their first final, of course, of this event.
Yeah, new winner.
But Clint, he's just been gathering momentum, and they always say the best players gather momentum and peak in the final. And he obviously played pretty well against you in the semi-final. Didn't do too much wrong, did he?
No, he took his chance as well, and I think I can remember him missing one ball. So yeah, he's in good form, so should be good.
So here we go. Clint wins the lag, and he gets frame #1 of this final underway. So, where's your picks? Who do you fancy, Shane?
Well, if Clint keeps breaking like he is, then I think he does win.
Yeah.
It's funny, really, because the last two events, the person I've lost to has ended up winning the event.
Yeah.
So I'm probably good luck for most people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, his break is huge, and obviously he's just showed there how big it really is. So.
Yeah. And it generates a lot of power for a small guy, doesn't it?
He
It's
does.
one of the things we've been focusing on a little bit through the event, and we've been looking at different people's breaks and how they break. And yeah, he's only a slight guy, but you know, there's not a lot of meat on the bone. But
No, he does hit them.
yeah. Talking of big breakers, there's Liam White back there as well, and he's pint-sized, isn't he? He's even smaller, but he's got a massive break. Anyway, here we are for the final. Clint Jansen versus Neil Raybone. And I'd be interested, for the guys in the chat box, who's your pick? Who do you fancy? Who's going to lift the crown of the Central Vehicle Leasing UK Challenge winner, lifting that glorious trophy and the cheque for £5,000 awaiting
I could have done with that.
Yeah. Would have been nice, mate. Would have been nice. Still a great showing from yourself over the weekend.
Yeah, I'm there, but it's frustrating. It is frustrating. It's hard because obviously Clint's played really well, but I've missed quite a few chances. I mean, my break wasn't really that great, but I was getting a few chances and I just didn't take them.
Yeah, yeah.
But against people like Clint, you just can't get away with it. But yeah, obviously I'm happy with where I've got, and yeah, hopefully grand final I can. Well, I'll pick up a few ranking points. So hopefully I can get a nice draw.
Get
and
a good draw, yeah.
Yeah.
So the opinions are split so far in the YouTube chat box. Wayne Blackwood says Clint 11-8. Paul Bamford thinks that Neil will win 11-8. It's so
just
hard to call.
Yeah, it's a coin toss, mate. It's
really about who turns up.
I mean, these guys would have played each other quite a lot as well, so I'm not sure what their head-to-head record is, sort of thing, but they would have played a lot, obviously playing on the same tours and stuff like that. So
the only thing that I would say between the two players at the moment is their route through to the final. I mean, you know, no disrespect, but the semi-final, Clint winning at 11-5.
yeah,
You know, you didn't really manage to put the pressure on him too much, and then 11-7 against Steve Petty. He said he played well in that. I mean, he had a tough one in the last 16 against Mark Boyle Hill,
yeah.
but
He's got a really good finish in that decider as well.
yeah. Conversely, Neil 11-8 against Craig Marsh. Really tough game against Darren McVicker, where, well, really Darren was quite unlucky going in and off.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
With a couple of balls left on the table, and that one was 11-10. So he's got by the skin of his teeth on that one.
Yeah.
He played really well against Chris Melling earlier.
Has both of these come through winner side? Haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was only Craig from the loser side in the semis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd say out of the two players, Neil's probably had a slightly tougher day. Just in the games, like the way the games have panned out. Not so much from the opponent perspective, but you know, playing that Hill game, you would have been under pressure in that and feeling it.
Yeah, he could be a bit mentally drained, maybe. But
yeah, you wonder, don't you?
the thing is, he's so solid that he probably. I mean, it does affect him, but I just can't see him being fazed by.
No. I think I heard Marshy say that you know, Neil took out about 6 breaking dishes in the semi-final.
Massive, to be fair. Yeah. He's using his Chinese 8-ball cue to break with, so it's, he's had it all thinned down.
Yeah.
He has been breaking really well. I hope I don't jinx him, but he has been breaking really well.
Oh, that's a monster. Nearly got kicked.
But you see the difference there, like Clint was hitting him so hard and they just come out real nice for him.
Yeah.
Obviously Neil's, I think he's got a bit of work to do here.
Got kicked a couple of times. It had his heart in his mouth just for a second. He wants to establish himself early, and this is okay. It's very early doors, but he'll want to get on the board early. Of course, just reminded that Neil has come through the losers section.
Is he?
Because yeah, he lost to Phil Harrison, 11-4.
Oh, okay.
So he came through. Well, he went straight through the losers qualification. He lost in the winners qualification to Phil.
Okay. He's just missed the first ball there, so still open table.
This will give a lot of confidence to Clint.
Yeah, I think the yellow passes the red as well. So
The thing is, Neil's just never phased about being behind. He played Darren McVicker and he was 4-0 down and fought his way back. And I think he was behind against Marshy in the semi-final as well.
Okay.
So he'd be disappointed not to take advantage, but he won't be too phased by it. I've got to say, Clint
he just looks so cool.
He looks focused.
Yeah.
He looks on it. He
just
really does.
Smooth, walk around the table, just smooth.
I've seen Clint in this arena play, and he fell apart a little bit, and he just looked a shadow of the person he does today. But,
if you can screw it back out to where he is now, you can play the one. Does that go?
I think it does, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That looked quite tight from there.
Yeah. It does look tight, but I think that just passes. Well, clearly
That's
didn't.
a great shot.
Clearly didn't. He had to break it open and, as you say, really good. That shows so much confidence. He's just nailed that, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Really good.
Have to go careful with the plant now. Don't want.
Yeah, it's one of those that you've got to hit it full in the face, because if you glance it in any way, then you're going to lose the yellow up the rail. So just a little bit of care needed over this one. He played it at a pace where he made sure it went far enough up the rail. Played that really well.
As long as he can get to the side rail now, then he's just drop the yellow in and drift over the black.
Yeah.
Just have to go careful with the middle bag, that's all. Yeah, it's good enough.
So there's a big gap there between the two reds. And,
yeah, it's got to watch the white.
Yeah, he's
looking at it.
Exactly, yeah. There's not a massive margin of error, is there?
No.
He's going to have to probably do this on pace, because the middle pocket's going to loom large, so he'll probably aim to land shorter, it's kind of 6 inches
perfect.
short.
That's
oh
a
my
great
goodness.
shot. Great shot.
That is fantastic. What lovely control. Well,
yeah, he does look focused. Even when he's not playing, he's just sat chilling out.
Yeah.
And he just seems ready, like he's ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 frames. 2 frames to nil. Look at that.
That could have gone so wrong as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, the white could have slid off and hit a new red. So.
So the perfect start for Clint Hansen. Joel Donegan thinks that Clint wins 11-7. Phil Caunce thinks that Clint's overdue a win here. Well, in fairness, Neil probably is as well.
Yeah.
I mean, overdue a win in this event. I
Yeah.
mean, Neil's off the back of a big win, so.
Yeah. I think, Neil's only been to the quarters before, I think.
Yeah. Mohammed asks, why don't they use a separate brake queue? Probably maybe coming from
Why do they, or why don't they?
Why don't they? I mean, in
Both of these guys do.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the case of these two players, they do, but it is very much a question of personal taste, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. I mean, some people just do it to preserve their cue.
Yeah. Some people use a really thin tip, and they'd rather use a bigger tip for braking.
Yeah.
These are definitely, as we said, Neil's using the Chinese 8-ball cue for braking.
Normally I have a braking cue, but I haven't used it for a while, so I didn't really see the point of using it this weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're not practicing with it, then there's no point coming to a comp like this and then just be an alien to it. So it's just personal preference.
A big shout out to all of the guys watching at Shots Pool, and a good old friend of mine, Julian Lefebvre. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Glad you're enjoying the action. Daly Jones makes the point that both players have knocked out some monsters on the way to the final, which of course you have to, don't you? You never.
It's a minefield, mate.
Yeah, there's no hiding places, are there?
I mean, when I look back on my weekend, I'm starting to kind of cheer myself up a bit, but yeah, it is a minefield.
So So this is all about finding this.
Yeah, I think
This gap.
he might be able to drop onto the. Yeah. So I prefer to drop down
Yeah.
and maybe go into the yellow, or just get the gap.
Mm.
I think screwing it back is could be a bit tricky if you overscrew it, especially on a table like this where it's so reactive.
Yeah, I think probably less can go wrong with your shot, can it? Just coming down into that area.
He's played that well.
Finds the gap
He's played
perfectly.
that well. It's actually a lot smaller gap than I thought.
Nice clearances from Neil.
Yeah, he's opened his account.
Just at the right time. Gets himself on the board.
And he'll be looking for a big break here.
Focused. Look at that. Look at those eyes.
Steely eyed, yeah. Cool, he's crunched that.
Crunched it. Just lost the cue ball slightly, didn't he?
Yeah.
To
He
the
popped.
side rail.
Yeah, he's popped one.
No,
he
he's
hasn't.
dry. Reds are definitely
Yeah.
the ball of choice. Those 3 yellows tied up on the right side rail are a problem. So all of the yellows have a pocket, and they kind of link to each other, don't they? It's not the worst layout, but
It's not, no. I mean, obviously you've got tricky red down the bottom right, but should be okay.
yeah, and he's got the ball to the left-hand side of that kind of links with it.
Yeah. Just has to get on it nicer.
Yeah.
I mean, he could play the one to the left now and get on it, but obviously he needs to play it reasonably well just to leave himself an angle to get back out.
Yeah. Do you know, I think in the ideal world, if he could play the plant here, red onto red, and just leave the first red just below the pocket, and then that would give him an option, a better option for when he takes that one off the rail. He's got a better option. He doesn't have to do too much work with the cue ball. He can just come off.
Yeah,
I think that's what he's looking at. Maybe just would have been better just nicking a bit of the pocket and just leaving that a couple of inches lower, because
it
then
would have been a lot easier then. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, they link up better.
I mean, he could play the double now.
Yeah.
Because obviously Neil's yellows ain't great. Obviously, you don't really want to be giving him a chance, but I think
He's going to play the double. Oh, he's got the double kiss.
Double kiss there.
I was
But
just
again,
saying,
he's left nothing.
yeah,
has he?
he's left nothing, but Neil will be happy just to get to the table,
yeah, of course.
just to have a chance. So
I mean, he has got the thing cut to the top right, but I think he'll be bridging over the yellow as well, so it is tough. I wonder if the shot clock will get Neil a little bit. 'Cause obviously he does like to take his time and
yeah,
think about what he's doing.
45-second shot clock.
Obviously he's played out here before, but obviously
Yeah.
it's a bit of a different circumstance now when you're at the final hurdle.
He takes his extension. Both players get one extension per frame. And the timer's still counting down. Still got plenty of time, 30 seconds, but he needs to make a decision soon. One player I always find who's not renowned to be a slow player, but he seems to always struggle a little with the shot clock, and that's Phil Harrison. He seems to leave himself rushed quite a lot. Tom Cousins does it a little bit as well, just leaves himself a little bit rushed.
Yeah.
On occasions, not, you know, when they've got to give it that extra bit of thought. I've seen Phil do it so many times where he's so deep in thought, and then suddenly you get the 10-second beep and he's suddenly rushing.
Like some people actually think more about the shot clock than the actual shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're still worried about the time rather than just getting on with it.
Yeah.
Like even the quickest players in the world are now not slow, but they're worrying about the clock and taking a bit more time because of the clock.
Yeah. Just going back to the shot that Neil played, clearly he was just trying to get that yellow adjacent to the black to try and make things difficult. I mean, he knew there wasn't anywhere safe on the table, so he's literally just trying to...
Yeah, I mean, it's easier, it's better to cover balls than bags.
Yes, yeah.
So obviously with the loss of turn shot, it's like you can get into a lot of trouble with it. So
He would definitely like that yellow a bit closer though, wouldn't he?
You would, but...
It is still going to make it a little awkward. He needs to use that ball at the top in bulk to
but
to
there
get
is
on
room, there is room to
His misses.
to get on the black rather than getting the black out. If you know what I mean.
So he's missed one there, and Neil does have. I mean,
He's got a chance here.
yeah, you know, there's a pocket covered down here, but he can take the one to middle and leave himself an angle to either try and get into those yellows or maybe even just come down and pot that red.
Yeah.
I think he's probably going to try and move them, isn't he? Well, is he going to lay the trap? Just run off the face of the one by the rail and in behind the two yellows. Leave that little triangle of balls. Cover the one at the top with the one you're nudging. I think that's what he's playing. He may be going for a double. Maybe going for a double and try and break them open.
No, I think the yellow's in the way for the double.
Yeah, yeah. So it looks like he's going to use the ball that he's going to contact, just to nudge it out and cover the one at the top of the table and the other two balls below. This has to be a delicate shot, though. No, that's no good.
But he's asking the question, and like I said, the black's not fully tied. I mean, Clint can get on the black.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I said earlier. I think he just needed that yellow another few inches closer to force Clint into breaking it out. Of course, as soon as you have to break a ball open, it adds that extra element of difficulty. But he can land on this one. In fact, he can target the yellow, can't he? He can just cannon into the yellow.
Just don't want to overdo it because you could go in off.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It is a big target. I mean, even if he does flick the black, I mean, he's going to have some sort of shot.
Yeah.
Be unfortunate to double kiss it and stick it there, but
yeah, I fancy him for this. Beautiful.
That's class.
Perfect. That's a great shot.
I keep tapping my leg, saying good shot, but you can't see that.
He looks on it. He really does. There we are. Clint Jansen. Now, 3 frames to 1. As mentioned, it's only 1 frame against the break. It's just one dry break somewhere, or a little mistake, and Neil will be back in this one. But it's daylight at the moment with those couple of frames, and it brings a lot of importance to the next frame, because you know, 3-2 or 4-1. If Clint can take this next one, 4-1 is, you know, that 3-frame deficit gives you that extra little confidence.
Yeah.
You know you've got that buffer. If something does go wrong and it costs you a frame, well, you're still always going to be ahead.
Yeah, that's where I had a bit of fortune the last couple of, like, especially today. I was starting matches really well, and even when they were on some sort of comeback in the middle of the match towards the end, I had that
You had the
big
buffer.
lead. Yeah, so
against
it was,
Gareth Hibbett, you were like 8-2, weren't you?
yeah, I think it was like 8-1 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even against Wad, he's come back at me pretty heavy as well. I think I was might have been 6-2.
But you know you're going to get the chances, don't you? That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, that thing is, when I was playing Wad, I think he had a chance to go 8-7, and he snooked himself in the black. And I thought, right, get this frame, put pressure on him, and he should be fine. That's the thing. You're never winning games without actually winning them in this event. You can't just assume because you're so far in front that you're gonna automatically win the match.
So this little clearance is not going to be without its problems. The red and yellow that are tied together towards the left-hand side. I don't think he can get to the potting angle, can he? Or do you? Maybe he can. You know.
Yeah, I think if you can get kind of straight on it, I mean, you can play it with a bit of side maybe.
Yeah.
Well, you might have an angle to just go into it now.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Just come down and nudge into that yellow, and it could be perfect. I reckon it must go.
I mean, that was pretty straight, so I think even if it doesn't go, I don't think he had the angle to go into it.
No.
I think there is enough room to go to pot that, you know. I guess not.
No. Nudges into it.
Yeah, he's played it well.
Well,
Stun the long one in, and I fancy him for the frame after that.
yeah. Bit of a test of queuing,
It's
isn't
tight.
it? It is tight.
It does go, but it's
yeah.
tight.
Yeah.
I fancy him for it though. He's
Yeah,
queuing
the
well.
way he's
Yeah,
playing.
He's just solid.
It
Isn't he?
doesn't look like missing.
Yeah, perfect. Great shot. Just doesn't look like missing at all.
Just looking at the angle he wants to leave.
He wants to get a little bit straight on it, I think.
Yeah. Didn't want that. He's
No, he wanted to move both of them.
yeah.
Just so he had a choice of two.
Yeah. Now he's
I mean, he's not too bad to be
no,
fair.
it's not. He can get to the side of the ball and
He's just got to drop this in, and I think
doesn't
he'd,
really need to do anything with the cue ball, does he? It's just going to drift naturally across into that gap. Slightly hampered. It could make a difference, but shouldn't.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah, just drops it in. Say it again.
Does the black go in the middle? I don't think it does. Does it?
No.
I think he has to screw it out.
He's going to have to screw this out.
This is tough.
It is
He can
tough.
He can go behind that yellow. He's going to have to screw it up. Oh, he's dead straight. I thought he had a bit more angle than that. That's class. He's hitting the ball so well, isn't he?
Lovely. Again, hampered, but at this level, it's not a problem, is it? He's not the tallest of players, so he's just going to jack up, sit on the seat on the edge of the table. Very nice from
Great
Clint.
finish.
4 frames to 1.
5 frames into the final, and it's a great start by Clint. I mean, we said he was probably second favourite because Neil's the number 1 ranked player, but he's come out like the favourite.
Yeah, he looks confident, and he's obviously believes in himself here. He's looking like he's going to go strong. Fancy him winning quite strongly here, the way this game's
Yeah, you
going.
can't see Neil coming back?
I can, but just Clint looks like he's not going to miss or make any mistakes, so from now I think Clint's a strong favourite.
Okay, well, my son Harrison's wanted to come in the studio. Do you think Neil can come back into the match, son?
Maybe.
Maybe. Is that a yes or a no?
Maybe now.
Maybe you don't think he's going to do it. Okay, well, Neil's got the vote of confidence down at the moment, but I know Neil very well, and you'll have to drag him off this table. So, what do you think, Deck?
Yeah.
What's your prediction score-wise, and if you think...
I think it's looking probably about 11-7 to Clint, to be honest. I think he's breaking well, so I can't really see.
Okay. Harrison?
11-8.
11-8. Okay, well, we'll get back to the action. I think it'll be a close match either way, and there's a long way to go yet, so back to the action.
So thanks to Lee, Deck and Harrison. Bit of punditry in the middle of the match, get their opinions, and in the meantime you saw the picture-in-picture, and Neil went in off on the break, and wow. I mean, I find it hard to think how he's going to get back into this one, Neil.
It's tough, isn't it?
The way Clint's playing, I mean, it needs mistakes from Clint.
And I just can't see mistakes coming.
No.
I was saying that to myself, and then all of a sudden I'm 4 or 5 behind, and you just can't catch him. His break's so big,
Yeah.
you literally just can't catch him.
Big shot coming up here. Oh. What can you say? He's just making the game look easy at the moment.
When you're playing well, these things it just happens, doesn't it? I mean,
that's a delightful shot.
yeah.
The top spin just arcs the cue ball. Just a fraction. And I'll do the shout out again because apparently the lads at Shots Pool didn't hear. So a big shout out to the guys over at Shots Pool and Julian. We hope you're enjoying the action of the final. Hope you caught it that time.
And if you didn't catch it, that's unlucky.
Yeah.
You don't get free.
He said I must have been mumbling. I don't think I've ever mumbled, have I?
Not you.
So there we see on the left-hand side, that's Clint's girlfriend.
Yeah, his dad Jimmy as well.
Yep. She's watching on with interest, maybe.
She got her eyes on a pair of shoes, I
Yeah,
reckon.
I was just thinking a new handbag, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, you always see Jimmy around when Clint's deep in the comp. Does a bit of travelling, does Jimmy?
Yeah. Class.
You just don't see any mistakes coming, mate. I mean, it is ridiculous. The standard he's playing at this weekend is...
Yeah.
It just makes me sick.
And Neil's, from Neil's perspective, all he can do is just wait for chances and take every single one.
It's better said than done, though, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, of
Especially
course.
when you're put under a lot of pressure.
So we'd appreciate it if you would be so kind to like and share. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, if you could click the subscribe button and the notifications bell, which will mean you'll get notification of any future events that we go live. Of course, I'll make another mention now of the event that was announced during the semi-final, which is the one that Shane's got some interest in. It's a doubles comp.
Yeah, that's been put out now, is it?
Yep, it's the World Cup of Pool. It's a doubles event which will proceed and be a part of the grand final. It's going to be the day before the grand final. Probably the final of it will be shown in the evening of the Friday. So it's going to be Scotch doubles, and each of the pairings has to come from the same country.
Yeah.
And some of the pairings that are already looking at showing interest, of course, yourself and Greg Batten,
Yeah, me and Greg will be entering.
Jordan Shepherd and Craig Marsh, Gaz Hibberts and Craig Waddingham, Jimmy Croxton and Neil Raybone, Johan Attard and Leiden de Bono from Malta, Declan Brennan and Ronan McCarthy. Chris Melling's looking for a partner. Omar Manchid is looking for a partner. Scott Gillespie, Jamie Burnett, and Clint Hansen and Steve Petty.
There's a
to
few
name
good ones there.
but a few. And it's going to be a seeded event. There'll be 8 top seeds, and if there's more entries from one country, there'll be seeds, one seeded pair per country. And if there's more than one team per country, then it'll be a viewer's vote on who becomes the seeded pairing.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It should be good. Something different as well.
Yep. If anyone's interested and you know one of the players on the Supreme Series, you don't have to play on the Supreme Series.
Oh my God!
Only
what
one
a
of the
shot.
players has to. That's fantastic, and you can see Neil
Wow.
showing his appreciation for that.
He's actually been unlucky because I don't think the black goes now.
No.
But he's cued that so well.
So, what's the plan for the black? Similar to before, just use that yellow as a target.
I think so.
Try and land on it.
Yeah, I think that could be the case.
Yeah.
Bit tougher, but because obviously he's got to land. He's got to land just off straight. Well, he's got different ideas. See, he don't look happy with that, but I think he could be okay. Because he could play it into the bottom left. Yeah, and the white just tracks off the rail. I think he's okay.
Do you think it'll track down there?
Yeah, I think he's fine.
I think there's too much angle.
No,
personally.
I think he's fine.
It's putting a bit of right-hand side on it.
I think he's looking. Oh my word!
Oh, goodness me.
Good. Is that any good? Wow.
Oh, what a fantastic shot. This really is, I mean, I use a superlative so often, but it really is a masterclass from Clint Hansen at the moment. I
Wow.
do not see how you get back into this game. Yeah, again, I would ask if you're watching this, could you please share it? It's you'll see the share button at the bottom on Facebook, and we're streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. Well, Neil has to start somewhere, and it has to start right now. 7-1. There's no way back. 6-2. He's got the smallest of sniffs. Needs a ball, finds a ball, finds 2 yellows.
But again, balls are messy.
Yeah.
He's got a hell of a lot of work to do.
I mean, where's his opener?
Yeah, this is just going wrong, isn't it, for him?
Yeah. Where's the opener? He's got the long yellow, but what does that gain you?
It's hard to play safe off the break when you're not a colour, because it's hard to just not leave them anything. Oh, that's clever.
That is clever, yeah. Very nice. Still a lot of problems on this table. That ball at the top that's going to be the tough one because
but it's also his saviour at the moment because he can try and make something happen.
Yeah.
Whilst having
whilst having that yellow tied up. But
I think he needs to get a red up there.
Yeah.
And just to
and then he can use that to a little double kiss there. And it's okay.
I think Clint's playing with a free arm at the moment.
Yeah.
He's obviously he must be feeling so good at the moment. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, when you hit this purple patch, it just feels amazing, doesn't it? Wow.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's okay. Little safety. I mean, you saw a grimace from him because it didn't quite come out as he wanted, but I think that's fine. That really is the face of a man that is just focused. He is zoned, absolutely in the zone. So Neil just trying to promote his balls and say, there you go. If you want to have a go, have a go. Best of luck.
Yeah, the way he's playing though, you don't be giving any sort of chances.
No. Clint doing what you just said a second ago, is just trying to get that yellow to the top of the table so you can use it to move that yellow out.
Yeah. I mean, Neil's still got a chance to do that. He needs to do that, really. Nudge.
It was a clever shot. It didn't quite come out as he wanted, but...
No, yellow still goes, doesn't it?
But now he's tied up that red. Does it give Clint the chance just to say, I'll get my yellow out? And I don't think it does it? Because there's too many balls around the middle.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing something here.
Question asked, but
yeah.
You're leaving Neil a chance here.
Yeah. I mean, a decent chance as well.
This would be a real confidence booster finish as well if he does get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a little bit suicidal, but then again, at 6-2, at 6-1, you're throwing down the gauntlet and saying, I don't fancy you for it, and if you don't get them, I'm 7-1. The pressure's firmly on Neil, so he's just trying to take advantage of that, isn't he?
Yeah, it's do or die now.
Yeah.
But he's got to make something happen, so that's a good shot. He's got to be going for these.
Is he going to try and screw back into the little cluster? Probably not yet.
I think he might. I don't know what sort of angle. No, he's a bit straight, isn't he?
He could just drop this one in and then leave the red towards the centre of the table and try and...
I think he could be playing the one he's closest to long and then into it.
Right.
Because then he's automatically on an easy red over the middle.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It's not that hard of a shot.
No.
As long as he gets a pot, he's moving balls. So he wants to hit the yellow, not the red. Yeah, class. Great shot.
Wonderful.
How easy is that one on the rail to go in the middle? How far off the rail was it?
No, I don't think it goes. I looked at it earlier and...
Oh, it does go.
no.
Yeah, it does go. Yeah, it does go.
But you need to be...
But he can play the red into the middle, nudge the black.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And
then
then
it'd be
land
fine.
on it and
Yeah.
just nudge the black up the rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's why you got to the semi-final, Shane. You knows your stuff.
I know it, I just can't do it.
You did it all weekend. I've seen some of those dirty finishes you took out.
That's only one frame though, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
But no, yeah, happy with how I played this weekend. It's all coming together at the right time.
So that shot you mentioned a second ago is what he's going to play now.
Well, I think he'll play the red long and then
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he could play either because he's going to promote the black anyway up the rails in the end.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, just done it dead. I think he'll be fine.
this angle, it's just he wants a full ball contact on the black. It's just a question of pace. Doesn't need to do too much. Just promote it 6 inches, 8 inches up the rail. Will be fine. There you go. Just nudges it out. Well, yeah, he wanted.
He's dead straight on this as well.
He wanted a fuller ball contact. I think he's still fine though. He can just drop this in, and it's a half ball clip, isn't it? But
it's still.
It does
still
make
quite
it
tough.
a little bit more awkward for sure. He wanted a fuller ball contact, but
Yeah, he did.
at the same time, he was obviously trying to make sure that he didn't push it towards the pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's always that danger that you can just push it and actually pot it. There we go. 6 frames to 2. The lead decreases from 5 to 4.
Yeah, now's the time for Neil to really give it a go, because you don't want to be going too far ahead. The closer Clint gets to the finish line.
And again, I would ask if you would be so kind to share the stream across Facebook onto your pages. Give everyone the opportunity to see this great final as it approaches the kind of second half, as it were, or the kind of middle stages, I guess. It really depends on Raybone. Could easily be the second half, and these are the opportunities that Neil needs. These are the mistakes.
Massive, yeah.
That's a huge hit off. Now,
And these reds are unbelievable.
the next time he comes to the table, it could be 6-4.
Yeah. These reds are nice as well. Because I think the red close to the black spot passes the yellow anyway. So it goes in either pocket.
These are massive moments in the game. Just that tiny little thing, just that one in off, it can change the whole complexion.
But he has gone straight and off as well, so
Yep.
it wasn't as if he got kicked in or it was just a mistake. Horrible though when you hit the brake and you hit him well
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you just see it fly back.
Oh,
to
it's-
I think it happened the first frame when I played Clint
It
earlier
did,
on.
it did.
I was gutted.
That's not the start you want, is
No,
it?
it's not. Especially when you hit him so sweet.
It kind of sets the tone as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Straight away, your mindset just goes down that little couple of percent, and you know, if you get away with it,
Yeah,
then it's
I-
behind you, but
yeah,
you
I
didn't
was-
get away
I was
with it.
never getting away with it. No, not the way they come out, and obviously with Clint's break, I think he might have missed or snookered himself for me to come to win the second frame. But his break was so big the whole match, it was just
Yeah. I don't recall there being a final that wasn't reasonably close. I don't think we've had any sort of 11 threes or anything like that. They've all tended to be there and thereabouts. Yeah, probably one of the biggest was maybe Declan, maybe 11-5, 11-6, but they've all been around 11-8, 11-9.
Yeah, I mean Brennan that weekend was.
He was on fire.
Yeah, he was unstoppable.
Yeah. So I fully expected there to be a twist in the tail, especially with a player of Neil's quality. You're never going to get it your own way. And Clint would have known that. I mean, Clint said that about his game with Craig. You know you'll never get out of it your own way.
Yeah.
These guys are just too good. So he needs to take these in the right order. Yeah. Because it was 11 frames to 5, that Phil Harrison, Declan Brennan final. I think that was probably the biggest defeat. Phil won't appreciate me reminding him of that one. Apart from that, they've all been there and thereabouts, as I say. And if Neil can find this frame, which you fully expect him to, and then find the next 6-4, it's a whole different animal. An entirely different pressure on Clint. Just needs to get the pace right of this, didn't he?
Yeah, he's fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just drop it in. He's perfect.
Tell your friends, tell your neighbours, go around and knock on their door and tell them it's the final of the Supreme Pool Series and we've got a game on our hands. If Neil can win this next frame, we really do. 6 frames to 3. The deficit is down to 3.
Yeah, he needs a nice big break here. Tell you what, I'm starting to feel a
Bit weary?
yeah, been a long day.
Yeah. Yeah, they are always long days. Especially for you guys out there, focusing at the table, mentally draining.
Yeah, I was real happy that I won my winners qualification match because I couldn't have played another game after that.
No.
Not a chance.
Oh, that's disaster.
And he's hit.
He's straighting off as well. No excuses there.
Luckily enough for him, there's a few balls.
Yeah, he's got that bunch. He's got that bunch. And that was all timing, wasn't it?
Yeah, you see that? He's hit the break with a load of side. And it's just gone away,
Maybe we
straighten
can
off.
Take another look at that. Can we just...
You watch the cue ball.
hit,
See that?
Yeah.
He's hit the side of the white and it's just
Yep.
gone.
Well,
I can't believe my eyes have even seen that, to be fair.
Not often you get a cluster of balls on the rack, but
No.
they normally spread far and wide. But that just shows the timing wasn't there.
Yeah, he has missed it those. That's a great shot.
It really is. It's just lovely. Just one up the rail and then leave himself an angle, and it's almost
If you can go into him and find the gap.
it's kind of typical of a snooker player when they're breaking open that little cluster of reds, isn't it?
Blew off the spot.
Yeah.
Open the reds.
Yeah, exactly right. Oh, jeepers. Hand up in apology. And this is exactly as you mentioned. So he's looking to contact these right between the two reds.
Yeah, just needs the gap, I think.
Yeah. And he's looking at fairly full ball. I guess that works as well, because if he hits full ball into the red, the yellow's going to kiss the other yellow and push it towards that right-hand pocket. So I like that as well.
Half ball would be nice, I think. Yeah, half ball was lovely.
Well,
no, he's fine.
Yeah,
One along the rail first.
He's got the one along the rail first, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good shot, that.
Very nice. Oh, another one that wiped his feet. And this will be adding frustration to Neil. And then thinking he could have missed a... I mean, that one was never staying out, but the other one definitely could have. But no signs of a wobble.
No, it's a good reply, this.
And, well, that one, Neil only has himself to blame. So obviously the ball that wobbled and went in, we've mentioned about the table a couple of times over the weekend, but just to clarify for the chat box again, because it's going crazy, saying that this is a TV table made especially for TV. Just clarify that for me, will you, Shane?
It's a standard Supreme with a brand new cloth.
Why is it playing big then?
Brand new cloth, slide.
Brand new balls, brand new cloth.
Balls, TV lights. It's all a combination.
It's a combination of different things that makes it play big.
If they were that big, I would have probably won a few more frames.
I mean, let's be honest. They play big in every event, on every arena where they've got the lights over the top with a new cloth on there. So are all of these tables made for TV? Is every organiser getting a special table?
These tables have been in the club for God knows how long.
I did say the other day that, I mean, you're welcome to give Supreme a ring tomorrow and ask them for one of the tables with the bigger pockets and see what they say.
Yeah, quote Supreme Series might give a good deal.
Yeah. Anyway, we've mentioned that a couple of times over the weekend. It's the conditions. It's the equipment. It is definitely the equipment, but it's not the size of the table. It's the slide of the new cloth.
But you're not going to turn up to a comp like this and have old cloth with old balls. It's going to be a professionally ran comp.
Yeah.
You're going to have all these top equipment. Like, you're going to have brand new cloth, brand new balls, TV lights. I
know that there was a similar video put up recently from the shootout, and one of the shots that I think Liam Dunster played that took it, and it was exactly the same. It's a brand new clock. They had the clock. It happens in fact, I know one of the organisers. I think he dropped the light on the table and put a hole in it, and they had somebody reclothing it 2 hours before the shootout started.
Yeah, he was on Facebook worrying, but yeah, he got it done. Fair play.
Brand new cloth. It does make a big difference.
Some effort mine to get a new cloth 2 hours before a comp.
Yeah.
Especially, it's probably already just been done. I won't mention no names though. Oh, he's got it to that a bit. Oh, he's fine.
Andy asking what is the exact cloth they're playing on. This is the Strachan Superfine. It's a cloth that was developed in conjunction with the Supreme Pool Series last year. It was introduced in one of the later events last year. And it is available widely on the market now. It comes in two colours, grey or the traditional olive green. And it really is a delightful cloth. All the players love it. All the players love it. It's so responsive. It's one of the most responsive cloths you can get.
Yeah, that's a good shot there from Neil. Giving himself options for the black.
Yeah, and definitely not a Simonized napless cloth. It's got a nap on it. In fact, you can see the finger marks on the table. And from that camera angle, you can see a few. But when you actually look at the table from eye level, I looked at some of the tables in the arena after one of the matches, and there are finger marks everywhere, aren't there? I mean, it really does pick up the finger marks a lot.
Yeah. But see on like not a normal cloth, like a like a Strachan 6811. When the cloth's got a load of finger marks, it plays different.
Yeah.
These play the same every time.
As I say,
I think this table probably gets brush and ironed, what do you reckon, 15 times in the weekend?
oh yeah,
20
for
times?
sure. So Clint looking like he's about to nod off in his chair over there. He looks very relaxed, hands in his pockets.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be worried just yet.
No. Oh no. Oh,
No, he's fine.
that cue ball was tracking.
Is it dry?
It is dry again though.
Well, if the red does go past the yellow in the middle,
Yeah.
then I think this could be 8-4.
Yeah, it's going to be the frame. So you're watching the Supreme Series Event 4, the Central Vehicle Leasing UK Challenge. We are Beer Productions and we are in Newcastle under Lyme, just adjacent to Stoke-on-Trent, here in the Midlands, where we've been all weekend. If you're just joining us, where have you been? You've missed out on the fun.
Just so calm around the table, isn't he? Just strutting his stuff. Don't want to hit the red.
Yeah, any kind of nudge on that, even if he'd have nudged it a few millimetres, it wouldn't have gone.
Stuck to the yellow, yeah.
That's where you saw him just pause. There you can see it goes, but it just goes to the top half of the pocket.
Yeah, he's fine, yeah.
Oh yeah, these are gone. I think the scorer can mark this one up.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Still keeping his composure.
I think you just stun this in and then play the red and just screw up off the rail through the gap of the yellows.
See, pressure won't play a part for either one of these guys, really, will it? It's
No, I think especially for Clint because he's so far in front.
yeah.
I think he'll just be.
But also they've walked this path, haven't they?
Well, yeah, they're both multiple tour winners.
Yeah.
Obviously, big events. I think Clint won a massive event in South Africa
He
not
did.
long ago.
He did, yeah, about
Picked up-
12,000.
Yeah, picked up 12 grand.
Yeah.
Just a casual 12 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, just fly over another country, pick up 12 grand, come home.
I think he's won about 7 of the IPA events. So, 7
Yeah, he's
fairly
won a
major
few.
titles.
Yeah, a few pro events. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's won a few. Yeah, he's not shy as the old winners enclosure. He knows how to get over the line, so I can't really see him having problems winning.
Referee Scott Price, always doing a great job, and doing so again today. Clint has just stepped away for a second for a bathroom break.
Frame 13, Clint Anderson to break, leading 8 frames to 4. Time running. Yellow balls in play.
So, Clint had another massive break. He's taking no time over these. That is fine, I think. I think it still goes bottom left, but yeah, a bit tricky to get on, I think. I think if he rolls this one in the middle, then he can play. Oh, he's going a different way. No, I don't think. Not. No, I don't know about that one. So a bit unfortunate there. He's gone into him, but he's just not really landed on anything easy. I'm not sure if the double even goes. Maybe some shot to pull this off. Well, Neil needs to take this frame. It's a chance he wouldn't have been expecting as well, so needs to make the most of it. Let's take one at roll first. I think he could just be playing a snooker here. Just make sure. Let's bounce the red off. Leave the white touching the top rail. Yeah. I think that's the right shot. It's a tough hit now, I think. Not sure if the red's blocking the natural angle. You see it load up the side. Yeah, well, I think that could be A5. I can't see Neil missing these. Yeah, just drop this into the right bottom, sorry. Just float up for a choice of two, maybe three. Yeah, that's about perfect. He's so solid in and around the balls. Don't really make any mistakes really. Just drop us into the middle, and should be certain for 8-5 with his breaknecks as well. So that's a great shot. So it's black then for 8-5. There we go, 8-5. That's a chance he wasn't expecting, I think. Clint had a half chance. Just didn't quite get on the ball properly, but Neil will be happy with that one.
And you almost feel that he's still just in this, isn't he?
Sorry, mate.
He's still just in this.
Yeah,
somehow.
he is. Yeah, I think his break neck. So if he can get a decent break and take the frame, then obviously he's game back on. Obviously he had a chance like this last time, didn't he? And he went straight in off.
Straight in off, yeah.
But,
so
yeah, he just needs to
big one
just
here.
control the break. Hopefully make a ball and yeah, just make the most of a chance.
Just has to get the pressure on. Has to Just apply the noose. Just make Clint start feeling it.
Yeah, because at the moment he's cool, calm.
Yeah. Let him know you're there.
Yeah.
Put the pressure on. Make him think about the balls and think about the scoreline.
He's hit them better. But dry.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, wow.
Look at the look on his face, the shake of the head. He cannot believe that.
That is absolutely sick.
Look at these yellows.
And the reds, really. I mean, the red part, well, yeah, you would go yellows, but obviously all reds go as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just got to pick the path.
Clint will be absolutely over the moon to
Yeah,
see
that
these.
little flick there has just helped him
Yeah.
because he would have been in a lot of trouble there. Bridging over the ball for the one over the bag would have been tough to get out for this yellow.
The dry breaks, just killing Neil.
Yeah.
And this has a feeling of deja vu about it. I remember looking at the scoreline of you against him, and it was 8-5, thinking that, you know, if ever you're going to come back, it had to be right there, and
Yeah.
he didn't give you a chance.
Just the way the game went, I think. Obviously, missed a few chances, a few dry breaks, and some of the Clint's class. He's not letting you off. Never in a million years.
Great to have so many people watching, and we hope you're enjoying this enthralling final. Being played to the highest of quality. Oh my
Missed around.
goodness, I've absolutely bocked him.
Yeah.
That there is the epitome of a commentator's curse.
I think it was quite thin, but I did expect him to get it. Because he's not actually on the yellow where he were wanting to be either. So,
No.
unless he was trying to play the white into the red, and obviously just
And he's left
judged it.
Neil the perfect angle now just to drop down onto the one ball at this end of the table, and that links to the one near the middle, and then really the plan for the balls at the top of the table, he can play the red off the yellow and clear that pocket for the one at the rail, can't he?
Yeah.
So they're very much there. It's got a lovely angle just to drift down the right hand side of the table to take the one closest to us and then the next one closest to us.
And then when he gets to the top,
It's underhit that.
yeah, well, quite a bit as well. I think now he'll have to still play it, but try and get the white to the bolt line, to the bolt cushion, sorry.
Yeah,
And then obviously play the red off the yellow to open the pocket
yeah,
up.
yeah.
And then
The good thing about that, with the two reds just below the black, he can open that pocket and leave himself on the
guaranteed to be on
two
the
to
ball.
the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
He would have dearly liked to get rid of this other ball then, because it does mean that he's going to have to come back for it.
That's fine, I think. I think that's
A
fine.
bit of a grimace on his face. I think he just
I
wanted
think
to get a little bit higher,
Yeah,
but
he would have.
probably just a perfectionist in him. It's
Yeah, but he's still fine. He can either play this cushion first or yellow first.
yeah.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, he just got kicked down slightly, but
To be
yeah,
fair, where
he's
he
in
is
good
now,
shape.
it's probably better to be where he is now.
Yeah,
Because now he can just stun this one in the middle. Then he can play the one long, stun back out for the one top right.
yeah. For the one just below the black into the
Yeah.
middle. Looks like he's just going to run through and take the one at the rail first. So slightly different to the way we mentioned it, but obviously more than one way to skin a cat. He's going to leave the ball nearest us until last.
A bit surprising. But
Yeah, for me as well. I preferred it the other way personally, but everyone sees it differently, don't they? Only really because it felt there was a chance it could go wrong this way, and it really couldn't the other way. He's just going to nudge into the black here. Just nudge the black away. And a little bit more of a test of cueing than maybe it might have been, but...
Yeah, because the thing is with this now is that the white could be running away from everything, so you don't want to finish too close to the cushion.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to try and give yourself an easier black. So
he needs to time this well, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah.
He's gonna stun over to the side rail and back over again, or do you think just run
a
it?
Soft screw,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
He's played it well.
Yeah, I mean, just making absolutely sure he's giving
Yeah.
himself a
Yeah.
shot. I mean, it's one of those that if you try and get, the club players might try and get too good on it, and try and be perfect, and then end up snooking himself behind the yellow. But he knows he can pot this black from anywhere on the table, so it's virtually he just needs to give himself a shot.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's a good finish.
That is a good finish. 8-6.
Yeah, game back on.
Possibly. It mounts the pressure on the next break.
I mean, well, yeah, exactly. I was about to say
Because
that.
if Clint goes dry,
Or in off, yeah.
or in off, it could be 8-all.
Could be.
So we're really going to see
Because
Clint's...
Neil's kind of found a break now as well, so...
Yeah.
A few of the locals in. Watching their man.
A little bit of a conversation going on about the shark rack. We've mentioned it a couple of times over the weekend, but we'll do it again. It's the film that you see the referee setting up the balls, and it's designed. It's got indentations, like small holes all the way around in the place that the outside balls sit. Basically, all those balls sit in a groove, and the other balls sit in the middle of it, and it keeps all of the balls touching. It guarantees that all 15 balls are touching, and it also means that you can't high rack and you can't twist the rack, because the line on the table goes straight through the back of the rack, and there's a dot with there's a hole at where the lead ball sits, essentially on the front of that. And the other good thing it does, it stops that that front ball. Wow, dry.
That is the thing Neil wanted to see.
It stops that that front ball burn almost, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when you're racking up with the normal triangle, the amount of times that front ball rolls forward on an older cloth, because it's got that little indentation there, it stops it.
Yeah, they are good. I mean,
Protects the cloth.
at first I wasn't really a fan, but I think they're starting to grow on me.
Was that? I must admit, I was just looking at the chat box a second ago. Was it in off? Or just dry?
In off.
He went in off, did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
But he's very unlucky because he's actually hit the good break, and the white's come off 2 rails, and then gone past moving balls and into the middle.
It looks like he's going to go reds here. Does that surprise you at all? I mean, my initial reaction was yellows.
Well, if the yellow by the red doesn't go in the middle,
Yeah.
then I can see why.
Yeah.
But obviously you got ball in hand, so
He's got ball in hand, so
Yes.
he could put it on the yellow in bulk and screw back into it, and be on the other yellow. Pretty well, he's going to be on something almost guaranteed. I just prefer the layout of the yellows, because he's going to have to stun down he's looking at stunning down the table to knock that red out. It could go wrong. See, that's
fine. I think that's
it's
fine.
okay, but also he's got the red on the other side. He's going to look at moving that now. It just felt that more could go wrong with reds than it could with yellows.
Yellows were the balls.
As I said earlier, everyone sees it slightly differently, but I don't know. For me, the layout just felt a little more natural for yellows.
Yeah, I do agree.
If he'd have screwed that yellow in bulk, he could have just gone cushion first and just nudged the other one out. And well, there we go. Everyone, as I say, sees something different, and
Does that still go?
I think it does. But
I don't know.
well, If it doesn't, he can give it a little nudge again now, can't he?
Yeah, he can, but obviously he'll have to be on that ball.
He'll have to be on it.
Yeah, that doesn't go.
And this is what I meant. It just felt you were moving more balls with reds and more could go wrong.
Yeah.
You had one ball to move with yellows, and
That was the first shot.
that was the first shot, and everything else was just a lovely pattern in the middle of the table, no traffic.
And he was guaranteed to be on his next ball anyway as well. So
Well, he's going to take this one closest to us now. A couple of little nudges, and he played those nudges as well, didn't he? He played them really well, but what's the plan?
this red must, I don't know, this red must go.
It has to, because he would have...
I think he's finished a bit too straight on this.
I reckon he can probably force it through with a bit of top and side and just get above that red. Well, actually, I think, is he looking at playing it down the rail, perhaps? I was just looking to see whether he was looking at the angle, rolling the cue ball through to the side rail and playing it down the rail. Is he looking at landing on it?
Must be.
I think he has to be, isn't
From
he?
the angle he's left, and yeah, I think he is.
Wow. Well, that does make it immeasurably more difficult.
But you see, he has to finish straight because it would be close to in off or hitting the knuckle and being the white flying away from the black. So he has to play this well. I think it's just natural. Oh, he's stunned a bit actually. So I think he could have played that with just a bit of top.
Yeah.
And come up and down. Unless he was worried about the in off. I mean, he could still play this down the row and just kill the white off the knuckle, but it's so tough.
What a massive shot this is.
He doesn't
This,
look happy.
everybody, is to go 8 frames each.
Just 8-7.
Eh?
Let's go
Oh,
8-7.
to go 8-7, sorry. What am I saying? I'm getting ahead of myself.
Well, it could be because obviously
He's got the
it's his
break.
break next.
And he's against the clock now.
Yeah, he's got no extension left either, I don't think.
Pressure's on.
That's
He's missed it. Wow.
big let off there, I think.
And he rushed that, and he...
Well, he had no extension left either.
Yeah, I know, but he still had 5 or 6 seconds to play it.
Yeah, it's hard though. When you hear that first beep, you're kind of in rush mode, like you wanted to get down and just play it so you don't even come close to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, as soon as you hear that noise, it's horrible.
It seemed like he was trying to play it before he got the 5 beeps.
Yeah.
You know, because he didn't want that in his ear when he was playing the shot, and ultimately, it's going to cost him the frame. That
I mean, them beeps are quite loud in the actual arena.
Yeah.
Like when you hear it, it is quite off-putting. Yeah, that's a great shot.
lovely.
He's just not phased at all, is he? I mean,
Nothing.
like Neil's had a little comeback at him, and I think it's his time.
But this really does come back. For me, it comes back to taking the wrong set.
Yeah,
I really, I mean,
I agree.
Far be it for me to question a player of Neil's ability, but I just don't feel that was the right choice. He was obviously clear in his mind what he wanted to do, but it just felt that
yeah.
the
And
yellows were there.
The thing is, when the first shot he played, he was relying on finding the gap after hitting the red out.
Yeah.
With the yellow, he gets the yellow out, and he's bang on another yellow without fail. So yeah, it's obviously how you see it, but it's different from here.
Ultimately, he was a tiny bit unlucky with that red going next to the black, and you know, it not potting into the middle. You know, that could have been so different. But
Yeah. So then, Neil to break. Needs to keep Clint off the heel. Oh, he's hit them good.
Oh, that last little nudge.
But he's on a yellow.
He's okay, isn't he? Yeah, he's got the...
He's on a yellow, but obviously he's got the tough one at the rail.
Yeah, and there's another one tied up.
He's not on a red, I don't think.
No.
But obviously the red in the middle of the table is a bit next to the black. Don't really go anywhere, so I think yellows are the balls.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he could play the left one of the top 3 yellows. He could just drop that in, and he'll have an angle on the one to the right corner to then nudge the one off the rail. So,
Yep.
And he'll be on the 2 at the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah, that's, yeah. I think he would have wanted to be on the rail, but I think he's okay. I mean, he might just be happy playing the yellow up the rail.
The yellow's just to the right of the black and red.
I think it goes in the middle and the corner.
Goes to right middle.
Might go in the corner as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, goes in the corner perhaps, yeah.
See, he could get rid of the 2 at the top, get to the one on the rail, and then play the yellow past the red.
Yeah.
Or he could even stun into the red, yellow and black now. Open it up a little bit.
He could.
Make it
yeah,
easy.
Yeah. He does use his extension early when he's
Yeah.
trying to work out the pattern, and it does put him under pressure if he gets a problem later.
Yeah, I mean, I think he knows what shot he wants to play.
Yeah, yeah,
I think he should have just got down and played it.
yeah.
Yeah, I like going into him then,
Yeah,
if he had that sort of angle.
yeah.
Because now he's going to probably try and get the one off the rail now.
Mm,
Just to control the white, not even because he wanted to.
yeah, yeah. And if the yellow does pass that red, then if he lands on the one on the rail full ball, then he's going to be on that.
Yeah, and obviously he's still got the 2 at the bottom as well,
Yeah.
which he'll be on. So
He still needs to control the pace though, because the one on the rail doesn't want it to go. He just wants to just nudge it out. No, he's not got it. He's not got it. And
he's okay. He's okay, but it's a lot tougher now.
it's unusual for players to miss the ball altogether, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it was quite thin, and
Yeah.
and with the side he's put on the white, and obviously it's thrown off the rail. So
Please, again, I would ask if you could possibly like and share the stream across your social media pages. We're streaming on Facebook and YouTube.
great shot.
It's good to see so many viewers enjoying the final throws of this final. We're definitely at the business end. One of these players will take home a cheque for £5,000. Doesn't want to be hampered.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
okay.
fine. I think he wants to just stun this off the rail. Finish low on it, and then he can just play the black into the middle then. Unless the black goes into the right, then I don't think it matters. As long as he don't finish straight, then he's got a shot.
And you've seen him glance across 3 or 4 times now, and the reason he's glancing across is because
to the clock.
The clock is across there, and that clock is in his mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's missed it again.
He's missed it by a mile as well.
Honestly, I believe it's the clock that's doing it to him at the moment. I mean, he's looked across at that clock 3 times, and I don't understand why. Just focus on your game. Just focus on what you're doing. And you can't have your attention on anything else.
No,
You're
you
in the
can't.
final.
No.
You're in the final, and you just have to focus 100%. And again, I think he's got down. He's tried to beat that beep.
Do you know what I think? If he would have stunned that ball and hit it with a bit more confidence, he would have. I think he would have got it.
Yeah.
But he's I don't know where he's tried topping it through. Oh no!
Wow.
Clint's tried playing the
combo.
The
Loss of turn
loss
shot.
of turn shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, if he would have got it, then it would have been a great shot. But just put on a bit of lippy.
Have a little word with himself.
He can either play this thin and come down in the corner, or screw it out. I think he's screwing him for the middle. Yeah, that's a good shot.
That really is. That's so well controlled.
He's got to hit this quite hard now. He's moved the red.
Yeah, he needs to get through the red, get the red away, and get the cue ball through as well, doesn't he?
I think he's actually perfect.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he can just nudge it, and the cue ball's going to run through.
Yeah.
But this is a big shot.
The only trouble is that obviously Clint break next, and he wants to keep him off 10.
Yeah. Welcome to.
That's a great shot. Played that really well.
Welcome to our foreign viewers. Be interested to know where you're watching from. I know there's some foreign viewers watching. We always get people from Australia, and I think there's some Americans watching. And I hope you're enjoying. Somebody asks if you can use a jump cue. No, there's no jump shots allowed. If you jump over an object ball, then it's a foul.
Yep, loss of control.
So again, be interested to hear where you're from, and as we
You know what, right? That could be the pairing.
Yeah,
That could be the pairing.
Yeah. Phil, and that would be a formidable pairing.
Unreal.
Adil's watching from South Africa. Kevin's watching from Perth up in Scotland. Michelle from Colombia.
This is Neil's chance. He's dry. And look at these yellows.
So Richard Forrester asking about the loss of turn shot. Could you just summarise that briefly?
Yeah, so the loss of turn shot is obviously if you play your
Object ball
first, like your colour set, and you can pot your opponent's colour, and it would just be loss of turn, and your opponent plays from where the balls land. You can't move the white. There's no free shot. You just play.
You just play as normal from where it lies.
From where you are. Yeah. So you can put your opponent in all kinds of trouble, and they're doomed.
We haven't seen it used much over the weekend, but now the point of this rule, and people get the wrong impression of this rule. It's a rule that's widely used in America in the APA, and it's also used in Chinese 8-ball. And people get the wrong impression that it's like a kind of deliberate foul, but the reason for it is to stop people covering pockets. Because if you cover a pocket, you can just glance off your ball, pot his ball, and leave him snookered, and he has to play it from where it is. It's trying to make the game more attacking. That's the whole reason for that rule coming in, isn't it?
I actually do like the rule, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, well, at first you always think, oh God, like what are we doing?
Yeah.
But it is actually a good rule. Like when you're playing the game, and you get into a situation where it can help you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good when it goes against you, obviously, but it's a game.
Yeah.
You play by the rules, and
It's a tactical shot.
Yeah,
it's a
it's-
tactical
yeah.
shot. And ultimately, this whole rule set has been designed to promote attacking pool.
yeah.
I mean, you just don't see safety frames. How many safety frames have we watched over this weekend? Have we seen any? I mean, you get the odd safety shot,
It's
but
very rare. Yeah.
I mean, we've had no fudge frames, that's for sure. Absolutely none. No frames that last more than sort of 10 minutes, really, and most of them are over in a few minutes.
Well, I mean, obviously the schedule's was it 2 hours a match?
Yeah.
And most of them games are done before that anyway.
Yeah. And as I say, people get the wrong impression of them, I think, and It's a well-designed rule set. A lot of thought went into it. It takes pieces of other rule sets and has created a kind of hybrid.
Yeah, it's a good shot there. Just pinch the middle bag there. So force the angle. This is a good opportunity for Neil now, because obviously it's his break next. He could end up being 9-all quite easily.
So we've got GYO from Costa del Birmingham. And Glenn is watching from St Agnes in Cornwall. And Neil is ex-South African living in Germany.
Lovely.
Dave Hall's asking who's commentating. My name's Nick Finn and I'm with Shane Thompson, one of the semi-finalists from this event. Joe's from Russia. Janine's from Sudan. Wow, people tuning in from everywhere.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
They really are. And Neil has a bit of a spring in his step, I fancy, doesn't he?
He looks like a different player at the moment, doesn't he? I mean,
And in fairness to Clint, he hasn't done a massive amount wrong.
just that dry break, like, literally.
Well,
It's a big swing. I mean,
he's got Neil on his coattails now.
yeah. And like I said, if Neil can get a good break here, he's 9-all, and who would have thought that?
It's all about this break now, isn't it?
Massive, massive.
If he goes dry, if he goes in off,
Yeah.
10-8 to Clint. Clint's got the break. Could be match over.
It's all on every break now, because even if Neil gets this frame off his break, or even just gets the frame, it's all on Clint's break. And then you're looking at
Just going to throw across to the studio in a couple of minutes to get the impressions from okay, we'll get the pundits' view after this frame. See where they think
this is a big break from Neil now. He needs a big break.
Huge, absolutely huge.
Very carefully placing them.
Andy asks if the rule set is only for this tournament. Well, it was developed for this tournament. Supreme Rules developed specifically by this tournament, but there are quite a lot of other tournaments just starting to adopt them now.
Yeah, I mean they're great rules.
Oh,
I mean,
the cute. Oh my!
it's dry.
It is dry, but I mean
no
that
shot.
that cue ball was all over the show.
Has he got a shot?
I don't think he's got anything here, has he?
I think that's second prize.
I mean, the cue ball was in danger of going in
Yeah.
left centre. Almost got kicked into right centre.
It's hard to play safe here as well, because you're not leaving anything.
Well, can he clip this into the middle?
I don't think. I think Neil would rather play reds
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
get himself into the frame.
And if he
To be
fancies
fair-
the plant, it's there.
To be fair, reds are probably better,
They
because
actually are.
he's got the red towards the left middle.
Yeah,
That he can break the ball this down
on the left cushion.
by the
Yeah.
yellow. Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're right.
it's a good chance.
Does he have to open with a plant, or can he just get
No,
on
I think
the inside of
yeah,
that?
I think he can. Yeah.
Can he?
I think so.
Well, if he can, that's ideal, because he can just drop it in and play the one along the top rail. What a moment. This is huge. You feel the tension and the drama.
You wouldn't have thought at the start of
Increasing.
this match you would have gone 9-all, would you?
Oh my goodness.
I think he's looking at a plant now. He might not have a gap there.
The plant's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't. The way he was lining that up, I don't think there's a gap there for him to get to the one that's near the bag.
Needs to be wary of the clock again. Oh,
I think
That's
he
not
just
terrible,
played,
is
he
it?
just played a snooker now.
yeah, I think he has to. That's not terrible.
Or if he can play the red off the rail to pop the red. No, he can't.
No, I think he's just going to roll in behind, surely.
I think it's hard to roll in behind now.
Well, it is. Excuse me. It's probably a bit. I thought there was a little more gap in there, but there's not, is there?
Yeah.
He's-
See what he's trying to do, but
yeah, just try and nudge one out, but tying up another one of his reds is not going to help him.
yeah, Clint's not really got an easy finish here either, has he? So.
Big moments in this match. Again, Neil is going to test the timekeeper if he's not careful. He's constantly acutely aware of the clock. Has to make a decision. No.
Does Clint go here? Or can he go here?
I kind of think he's forced into it, isn't he? I mean, I don't know. How can you go for it with the black where it is? But
Yeah, but if he can play the yellow this by the middle, up, cushion first off the red, the black goes.
yeah. He's looking at moving it. No.
No good, I think.
No good.
He needed the gap there.
There's a lot of play left in this frame still, though, isn't there? Red and yellow still tied up. But I think you'd almost favour Neil here now, wouldn't you?
I think you have to, yeah. Is he even on the one over the middle?
I don't think he is. Well, he's playing it off the red. And now that red, has that gone in the path of the other yellow? Is it just going from bad to worse?
He's loading up here.
Loading this one up. He's tried to knock the red in at the same time.
Some effort.
Wow. Just feels like he's almost digging a hole for himself here.
Yeah, yeah. I think if this yellow goes past the red, then he can flick the red.
He can. Yeah, but
He's left himself another angle to move it.
wow,
Great shot.
that is a top shot.
Do you know what? If he's straight on this yellow, he might be able to play it with a load of reverse screw and reverse side off the rail and up into the black and red. But
You'll soon
no,
find
no,
out.
He's got too much angle, I think.
I think you're right. I don't know. As I say, it's just felt for me all the way through that he's digging a hole for himself here. I do not know what he's got up his sleeve. The only thing,
I think it's just
this is, I mean, he's looking at a bit of a hit and
Yeah,
hope, trying to get the red
it's-
across to knock the red in. But
it's not a measured attempt, is it? It's just
I was thinking possibly if he gets on the black and he's on the black, he could just flick off the black and pot the red, and then
snooker him, yeah.
and then
Or-
just
or
leave him
just
behind
leave-
the black, or
or leave-
touching the black even.
I think now he can just play the double kiss, pop the red and leave the white right on top of the black. Obviously, you've got no other shot, and you've got to leave it as hard as possible.
I mean, if he was closer to this, I'm talking about it's just grazing the black and potting the red, and then just leaving the white on the top cushion.
Yeah, but I think he had to be. He had
Need
to be
to be
up the vault
closer.
for that.
Yeah. So you're just thinking, double kiss it in and leave the white Chinese snooker
I think that's all he can do.
and lay down the challenge.
I think he's having a good
He's giving it a pump.
slap, yeah.
Holy moly. Well, he's pushed the two difficult balls into a plant,
Yeah,
and this really should be 9 each.
should be. And who'd have thought it?
Can't believe it. Cannot believe how this game.
The thing is, he can play the plant as well, because he's got to make the plant, but he can play the plant and screw the black out just into open play.
I mean,
if he wanted to.
He's taking the aggressive option, but I mean, he's acutely aware of these rules, isn't he? So, the bottom one obviously goes. He's acutely aware of these rules.
Yeah.
So he obviously didn't feel that leaving it as a Chinese snooker
No.
and didn't want him to give Neil the chance.
Yeah.
But what did Neil have? If he was sat on top of the black, it
He'd
stinks.
Had, and he would have
It's
been
horrible.
Yeah,
He would have had a horrible long shot.
Yeah, and he would have been bridging over black as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good shot there from Neil.
Do you like that?
It's not bad. Very good shot.
You let him at the table, don't you?
But
Sometimes at your peril. If he comes and flukes it now, do
I'll
you
tell
regret?
What, cushion first, black double in the middle.
That's what I'm thinking.
Only got half a bag, but
I mean,
he's going to give this a good slap.
if he gets this, then you're just regretting, why didn't I go for that?
Oh
No way.
my word.
Oh my goodness me.
Do you know what?
Reds are now.
He can play first shot.
He can, yeah.
Clip
Off
one in the right middle,
Yeah.
offer two, kick it out the backside,
yeah,
and
yeah.
God, that'd have been unreal.
And that's what I mean. If you give your opponent a chance,
Yeah, I think the plant and dislodge the black was the way to go.
I think so.
But obviously each their own, and
Yeah.
Neil obviously found that taking the risk was a better option for him. So
Beautiful
Great
shot.
shot. Lovely shot.
So well controlled. Huge level of skill in that shot. Just finding that right line, the exact right pace.
yeah, it was a good shot.
That could have so easily gone wrong. Wow. Just be wary of the clock again. He glances over to it. To give himself a better angle. Oh, that's
See,
worse.
I don't think I would have gone that way.
No.
I think I would have played the one at the top of the table first.
Yeah.
I would have left this one, the tough one, last.
Yeah. I mean, he's still good.
No, I think you've got to play
Has
it now.
to play it now, doesn't
I
he?
think you do.
Yeah. But under pressure, this is a bit smelly. Little bit smelly.
I fancy him to get him.
Looked back at the clock again.
I do fancy him to get it. Has he used his
No, he's
extension?
under pressure. He's
Has he
used
used
his
it?
extension. He used it at the very outset.
Oh.
And that, again, the clock has cost him the frame. How many times has he done that? He's looked at
Yeah.
he's looked at the clock 2 or 3 times,
I know.
and that clock has cost him the frame. It's cost him 2 frames now.
Yeah.
He's just taken too long. Incredible.
Swings and roundabouts. That should have been 9 apiece, and I think he's probably gone the wrong way about the finish. I think than the last shot.
We both sort of agreed on the path we would have took, and he took the wrong way, in my opinion, on left out to the last ball.
Yeah, because he could have took the 2 balls at the top, then just dropped the one over the bag
Yeah,
from the middle of the table and just naturally float it over.
yeah.
And he put himself bang under pressure. But
It'd be disappointing because Clint made a massive mistake in that frame going for it because he just kept potting himself into trouble. Ended up leaving the black over the hole with the red.
yeah, I did say that Neil wouldn't give up. I
Yeah.
mean, he's got himself back in the match. He'll be kicking himself, but
Yeah,
10-8, you know, it's not over, but he's made it a little bit harder for himself. So back to the action and see how we go.
I think he's just letting him get himself a little bit obsessed with the clock, looking over his shoulder constantly at how many seconds are left, and he seems to be timing it, waiting for the beep, and he's trying to play a shot
Oh,
before
wow.
the 5 dots come in.
I think the red just rocked back onto the white. If you watch this now, he's flicked the red, hit this red, and you see the red
Yeah,
just rocked back onto
it
the white.
just rocked back onto
so
it.
instead of being perfect on this bottom yellow, he's now.
Is he on it? Well, he is
think-
on it.
is he on it?
Yeah, he is. He is. Wow.
Oh, he's swerving it.
This
but
should be the match. Oh my
Wow.
goodness
he
me.
started walking there as well. Yeah, he started walking there.
Wow. I was just about to say this should be the match. Right here. He was just trying to swerve it a little, wasn't he? He didn't get the bend he was looking for in the ball.
Neil's got to refocus here now and
Yeah, I mean, that's...
just make sure that he gets this finish. He needs to get this finish.
What he needs to do is save his extension.
Yeah.
Because he keeps taking it too early in the
and
frame.
the thing is, the last frame he took it and he didn't even need to take it.
Exactly. Exactly my point. And ultimately, it's cost him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love this drama. I said earlier there's a twist in the tail.
Yeah. Well, there's been a
You
couple
know,
of twists.
It looked like Clint was going to run away with the match. We've not really had a final since Declan took apart Phil Harrison 11-5. Every final we've had has been reasonably close. And this one looks like it's going to go the same way.
Yeah. Just got to watch middle back here. Just make sure. Watch the slide here as well.
You can see him putting side on the ball.
You see it slide?
Doesn't want it.
He's played it with side, but he didn't need to.
Yeah.
I think he could have played a plain ball.
Yeah, yeah.
The side has made the cue ball slide away.
Wow.
But
He's still got it. It's much more
I
difficult, but
think
he's
the
still
new
got it.
score's just done it in.
And he just needs to play the shot. He just needs to get down and focus and play the shot,
Yeah.
because I know he wants to compose himself, but if he gets down to 10 seconds, he'll be rushed
Yeah.
again. And it's already cost him a couple of times, and he's still not doing it.
Oh, he took his extension.
Oh, he's taken. Of course, he had an extension this time.
At least he's used it at the right
Yes,
time.
he's used it at the right time.
When
That's
he's needed
exactly
it.
right. And I don't think he's done that in the previous frames, and it's
No.
definitely cost him one, if not a couple of frames. And it's these key moments when you need that extension, when you need to be able to compose yourself.
Exactly. He needs to you just need to get down.
Yeah,
I think he's taken this long now. By the time he's down on the shot, it's all right.
no, he's okay. But, huge.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
in. That's all the
All
way.
the way. Great shot.
This is now going to be 10 frames to 9. It's Neil Raybone's break in the 20th frame. He'll be looking for a break and dish to take it to a hill game. Again, composing himself, taking his time.
I think it also highlights how important that last frame was as well, because it could have been him. Could have been him in front.
Wow. Wow. Well. A little hand up to Clint as he walked away. What a match of pool. What a final. A match well worthy of a final. We've had all the drama. We've had some absolute quality pool. We've had a few mistakes, which always makes for an interesting match. This game's had everything, and we're not done yet. It's the 20th frame. And Neil Raybone with a huge break.
Well, I think the pressure is now.
Has Neil had a bigger break? He must have had a few big ones in his career, but this is up there amongst them.
This is up there, yeah. This is an event that everyone wants to win. So.
This is massive. Places the ball exactly in the spot that he's placed it every other time. Rule.
His last couple of breaks, he's kind of not hit the white great, so he needs to just cue this now.
Yeah, rule 1, keep the ball on the table. Rule 2, make a ball. Cue ball's on the table.
He's made a ball.
And he's made a ball. How's it looking? Wow.
Could have been better, but...
Definitely could have been better.
He's got a chance.
But he will take that chance.
Yeah.
He will just be happy that he's got something. Has to go reds here, doesn't he?
He has to. Well, he's got no shot on yellow, has he? So...
Has to go reds.
It's tough though, they are tough.
And he has this problem at the bottom of the table. The two reds next to each other, I think the top one probably pots into the left, which opens up the other one to the right. But he's got this issue of the red and yellow tied up.
Yeah, and the red above it as well, because that's hard to get on.
And can he pop the red into the middle and then try and leave some kind of angle on the other one to come down, kind of past the black, down that line?
Clock's ticking again. He needs to save his extension because this isn't an easy finish.
So here we go. Pressure is firmly on.
If he can stun down now and get close to the black,
yep,
then he's got half a chance.
Yep.
Lost the way.
Yeah. I mean, if he was where the black is now, it would be just about perfect, wouldn't it?
Perfect, yeah. Because the two reds together, they do plant as well, so...
Huge shot coming. Huge moment in the game.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
That is absolutely ideal.
And he doesn't have to hit this hard either, he can just drop this in.
But...
Just drop it.
He needs to land on the red, otherwise he's going to be only left with the plant, isn't he?
Yeah, but you take that.
Of course you would.
Take it.
Yeah, of course you would.
You've got to take what you can in this game. Just needs to control this.
We just tick over 2 hours for the match. Oh, wow.
Do you know what? He's on the red in the middle. He's on the red in the middle.
He is on the red in the middle.
Oh, wow.
Well, that is a touch. Incredible scenes.
Don't want to jinx it, Neil, but this is, Nick, this is going 10-0. Clint's break.
Clint's
Neil's break, yeah.
Clint's break.
This is off Neil's break, isn't it? Yeah.
And this shows the importance of winning that lag.
Massive.
Wow. Watch the clock. Watch the clock.
Shot.
Great shot.
Does the black go in the middle, or is he going to have to play
The
into the
black
corner?
definitely doesn't go in the middle.
No.
No.
he could land anywhere on this red and be okay. Straight would be nice.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Don't know. I wonder if he'd be able to just play this and top it and yeah, land there, perfect.
Yeah.
If he's got the angle for that, that's ideal. And obviously, if he comes too short, he's got it top left as well. So
Yep. So we're looking
he's
at
got to leave himself
topping it
options.
off the side rail.
Yeah, yeah.
And as you say, if he comes
where he had
short,
his
he's
cue
got
there.
top left. If he comes across,
I think where the white is
where
now
it
would
is
be
now.
perfect. Yeah, it would
Where
be
it is
perfect.
now.
But obviously, if he falls short, he's got it in the
yeah,
top left as
yep,
well. So.
Yep. Oh, this looks good.
That is ideal. Great shot.
Wow. And nothing to do with the cue ball. You can just stun it across. If the yellow goes in, it doesn't matter. This is going to be 10 each. It's all about the back elbow now. This is when you can tweak, though, isn't it? This is when you can tweak.
You can't cut on this. You just got to get down, head down, keep it still.
If you're ever going to tweak on a shot,
And
it's
just
going to be
deliver.
now.
Just got to deliver the cue straight.
And this is all about just relying on that muscle memory.
Yeah.
The training, this is where all the practice and training comes in. You just
Correct.
trust your back arm.
He hasn't got to worry about the white. He hasn't got to worry about anything apart from potting the black.
Wow. 10 frames each.
would've
It's a
thought-
hill game.
Who would have thought this at the start of the match, the way Clint started off?
And I know there will be people around the country that have backed nil before this started.
Oh, yeah.
At 10 frames each.
Unbelievable.
And their hearts will be in their mouths right now. Hundreds of frames have been played over this weekend across 16 tables, and it all comes down to this one break. Oh my
word.
goodness me. That was an amazing break, and the cue ball's just parked on the rail. Didn't look like it was going
Oh
anywhere.
my
It
God,
just got
look at
kicked.
these reds as well.
Oh my goodness me. That is
Oh wow.
incredible.
Like people might think yellows are the balls, but I think reds are the balls here.
He broke it so well. It's just parked itself on the side
The
rail.
thing is, the white was tracking up there, and I could see a red and balls going up there. I
Yeah.
thought it's going to be going in. As soon as you start seeing the white track towards the pocket and, and a few balls there, it's always going to happen. But
He's still got to get these.
he
He has still got to get
needs
these.
he needs to land. But he played the one up in bulk. He needs to get bottom rail. Gets bottom rail. He's perfect.
But with pressure on. I mean, these should.
This is Neil Raybone.
This should be a gimme, but with pressure on.
This is Neil Raybone.
I know.
That's it. That's where he wants to be. One good shot here. One good shot here could win him the title. One good shot.
It's just amazing. He's just working it out in his mind. He's just plotting it, but don't overthink it.
You've got to feel sorry for Clint here as well, really.
Oh, he's just in bits, isn't he? He's just sat in his chair, just hoping, praying for a mistake. So here we go.
That is okay. That's okay. That's
Whoa.
okay.
Another
That's okay.
eighth of a roll, and he could have been sat on that knuckle.
If he lands straight on this next ball, then it's game over. Because the red to the right above the yellow will go in the middle, and he can just stop the white on the yellow.
He's feeling the nerves. There's no
Yeah,
question.
of course you
He is
are. Of course
feeling
you
the
are.
nerves. His heart will be pounding. Oh,
He's under it.
he has.
Is he? I don't know.
He might be able to
He
hold
can
this.
still play it and go into the red and yellow.
Yeah,
I think he's fine.
yeah.
He's got to play it well, but I think he's okay.
But if he has to go into the red and yellow, because if he just goes into the yellow, he's got no shot.
Yeah, he needs to hit the red.
But now, just that 1 inch of
Yep.
under hitting, it's really could put the cat amongst the pigeons. It makes his clearance
Yeah.
a lot trickier than it should have been. Clint,
Red,
look at
red,
that look
red
in his
first.
face and behind. Look at Clint's face. Well, he knows, doesn't he? But
Great shot.
fantastic shot.
But
Clint's
he's got a
looking.
bit of
He's
angle
got the
there,
wrong
hasn't he?
angles.
Yeah, he's got the wrong angle.
He's got the wrong angles on both. Can he put that in the one to the left in the middle and just stun back across for the red in the
I don't
bottom
know.
left corner?
I think you can try and play it, and you might even be able to catch the red thin and
Yeah.
still be on it.
Yeah. Again, the clock is counting. The clock is ticking. Just needs to be wary.
Just needs to control the white.
10 seconds. He's used his extension. Whoa.
I think he screwed it rather than stunned it. But he can pop this down the rail and come across twice. I think it'd be natural as well. But this is a shot. This is the shot. Just make sure to pop. Oh, he's got the ball. Now then, I think he has to play the double here. Yeah, he's looking at a double. So there's black then. This is do or die as well. I think if he misses this black, then Clint's got an easy finish as well. So this is all or nothing. And he's missed it. Oh my word. Oh god. So Clint's got a chance now. Wow. What an end to this match. So, nice easy finish for Clint then. Obviously under a bit of pressure, so he's fine now. He's fine. Yeah, I think that's all she wrote. Just roll this through Another inch. That's perfect. There we go then, ladies and gents. Last two balls, Clint Hansen. What great finals it's been as well. We've had everything, ups and downs. And that's the title, I think. Some effort by Clint. Well, Clint Hansen, ladies and gents. Deserved winner. Unlucky to nil Raybone. Give it a good fight, but wasn't to be today, unfortunately. But I'll just hand Nick Finns out to do the presentation. So
Wow. I don't even know what to say about that. I had some words lined up and it's, my heart's in my mouth. I don't know what the players can possibly feel like. That was just an incredible spectacle. Every final has to have a winner and a loser. Sadly today, the loser's nil. I'm feeling for you, mate. I know it's hard now to stick a microphone in your face, but I mean, can you even put that into words?
I was never in the match really at the start. I couldn't really get a ball off the break and just kind of stuck in there really. And yeah, I probably should have won really in the end. Like I was a big frame at I think 9-8 down when I've snookered Clint and he's got the black out of the pocket. And I was thinking I'm coming to the table with an easy finish, and then next thing you know I've got to knock a finish in that, you know, I thought was going to be unmissable really. And then obviously last frame I just didn't come far enough. On the third but last red, I landed too low on it. If I land straight, it's an easy finish really. But yeah, it's one thing. Clint played well, so yeah, well done.
He did play well. I mean, it's still been a great event. You can still take so much from that. I know it's disappointing now, but you can walk away with your head held high for sure.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be competing again. Really, I've been playing quite well the last couple of months. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, next time I'll get the winners in closure.
Commiserations, Neil.
Yeah, cheers,
well
thanks.
played. And as I say, where there's a loser, there has to be a winner. Clint Hansen. I mean, Clint, just give me your initial thoughts.
Oh, I thought I'd lost. When he was in that last frame and have broken, white gone in here, I just thought, well, that's it. It's over.
I'm in bits watching that. How do you cope?
I don't think I did, to be honest. I was all over the guy. I was 6-1 up, playing really well, and then break started drying up a little bit. Then Neil played brilliant to come back, and I was just wanted a chance in the decider. And I good break and get booted in off. I'm thinking, but
I mean, the right at the end, it's almost an unmissable finish. But I could see you just had to steel yourself. The yellow over the pocket, and you pointed with your finger your margin of error, didn't you? Where you wanted to land. And these are such simple things, but under the pressure.
yeah, when it's 10-all and it's a massive event like this, nothing's easy. So obviously I had to give it everything. So
Clint, congratulations. So I'd like to introduce Lee Grout into the arena to hand over a cheque to Clint Hansen and a trophy. What an incredible performance. Your winner of the Central Vehicle Leasing UK Challenge is Clint Hansen. Wow, I'm going to get away and try and catch my breath after that. That was just an incredible weekend of pool, and what a spectacle that final was, worthy of any great final and any great event. We'll be back here in December. For now, I'm just going to hand over for summary to the studio with Lee and Brent. Sorry, I'm in absolute bits. We'll hand over to the studio.
Well, Deck, great final. 11-10 is what we all wanted, really.
Yeah.
Close one. I mean, you did write Neil off, but I said Neil,
No.
you know, he will stick till the end, and all but one positional shot where he nudged the black. He left
Yeah.
himself a hard double, really, didn't he?
Yeah, oh, it's tough to double on these cushions. It's quite slidey and new, so it's a bit of a guess. It's not the sort of double you want to go for to win a match, especially this. It would mean so much.
Yeah, so, I mean, you've won the event. What do you think that'll do for Clint? You know, you understand?
Oh, it's massive, yeah. You know, he'll go home now and probably just realise that he's won. For me, it's the biggest tournament to win. The field plays. I'm sure he'll be proud of himself after he gets home.
Yeah, I'm sure his phone will be going and have to recharge it. But no, it's been a great tournament. I'd like to finish off by thanking the sponsors. Supreme Pool Series is sponsored by Hayward Pool and Snooker under the brand of Supreme Pool, so we'd like to thank them first of all. Unfortunately, Lackey couldn't come from Central Vehicle Leasing, but he sends his regards and he's been tuned in, so thanks to Central Vehicle Leasing for the title sponsorship of this event. Our other sponsors, Strachan for the superfine cloth, which I do believe is the best on the market, and the players have really taken to it over the last 12 months. Aramith, PPV Guru, thanks to Lee and his support, we really need it, thanks very much. Sovereign Snooker Services for the great tables that they've recovered for us. Jed at the winning post. The short rack, you know, gets all the games open. It's a great intervention for the game. And Liberty, who sponsored one of our early events, the Liberty Games. So thanks to all our sponsors. We will be back in December. We've introduced a new event, the World Cup of Pool. Just a doubles event, Scotch doubles, where each of the players will partner up with a fellow countryman, and just a little bit of a bonus for you before the end of the season, before we kick into the grand final. So we'll see you all in December. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it.